Crimson Nation, we represent. All in.
We're just a little clip.
Yeah.
LSU
Like
playing
that.
fucking spike in my booty.
Roll back, what? Fuck you.
Roll, Todd! Roll, baby!
Oh, bitch.
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
And welcome into CSF Late Nights. I am Rob Sanders, joined by my buddies David, who is out in Louisiana, along with my buddy Jonathan, also in Louisiana. Apparently, I'm the bastard of the show because I have to live in another state. I am the red stepchild of this fucking program. I just know how to turn wires. Gentlemen, how are you this evening?
Feels great.
Doing good, Wire Turner.
Well, I prefer, if you're going to say it right. I am Bastard Wire Turner.
Bastard
Sure.
Wire. Batman, Bastard Wire Turner.
Batman.
Bruce Wayne of Wire Turners.
That's
Rob.
right. I
Rob,
just
I have
turned,
to ask.
What?
Have you posted this to CSF's Extra?
Yep. It's streaming live, by the way, in the CSF Extra group. Also, streaming live to the YouTube channel. All live, all the time over there. So you can.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I'm looking right at it. It's, hold on, let me make sure here. What is this? College Sports Fanatics Extra. It's right there.
Fine. I'll look it up.
Look it up. I mean, shit. I'm the bastard wire turner, but generally I get it fucking right. Come on, man.
Generally, yeah.
You will not mock my gingerness, sir. I will not have it.
I see it.
I see it now. I had to manually do it, but whatever.
Fuck, I put it where it needs to go. I mean, shit. I'm not an admin, so I can't pin it to the top. Remember that. I'm not an admin, ladies and gentlemen. You admin have to do it. It's not my job.
I'll pin the bitch for you.
I'm just fucking Batman. We've talked about this. I am not an admin.
Hey,
Don't
everybody tell Andre happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Andre.
55th birthday, Andre.
Our glorious leader.
I wonder if Andre, he's so old that he's taken like that black like shoe polish and putting it in his beard, and then he uses Snapchat filters for his fucking his profile pic. I bet he does the hell out of that. He looks like a fucking deer on steroids in his picture. Happy birthday, fucko. I'm not singing shit. Fuck that. All right. Well, we have lots of stuff to talk about tonight. And I want to talk about the Alabama LSU game last night and how dumbbells that don't know anything about the game of hoop think that Alabama is going to be this outstanding NCAA tournament team. Holy shit. Some of the shit that I read last night from Alabama fans, who, by the way, up until yesterday, couldn't tell you that Alabama had a fucking basketball team. It's all about football. They just realized, oh my God, we're playing LSU in something and we're beating them and it's not football. Fuck out of here with all that shit, man.
I didn't even know they don't use peach baskets anymore.
Yeah. They finally got the budget to get rid of the peach baskets, and then they finally put some real fucking rims. They play in a damn barn that's not worth a shit. There's nothing fucking good about Alabama. Fuck all the Alabama fans. By the way, you know what? All of the LSU fans and all that I said you guys were soft the other day, and our two co-hosts here were smart enough to see that I was just goofing. Yeah, you're all laughing now when I'm ripping fucking Alabama fans to the end of time. But you were thinking I was a dickhead when I said you all were soft. You pretzel bitches. You soft pretzel bitches in the mall. It comes out and you get some mustard with it. That's what you guys are. Fucking idiots. Just sitting there and just let me run my mouth to you and, oh, wait a minute. He called us soft. So you know what? That means that we're fucking soft. I mean, we are fucking soft. But he doesn't get to call us soft. Fuck him. He's a Clemson fan. By the way, he's probably 5'2". No, you dumb fucks. That's the other fun part too. They're just making up shit about me. One guy said that. What was the one guy said? I don't know how he got a radio show. How about this? I worked fucking hard for it, and I'm smarter than you are. and I get paid to talk about sports every day, and you get paid to jerk your dad off in the fucking living room. That's how that shit works. And then you comment on what the stuff that I say because you're a soft little bitch. That's basically what that is.
Rob, I'm lost. You went off on one. You went off on one of your tangents.
I made one
Are we
post.
talking about LSU or Alabama?
No, we're talking about the LSU fans love me right now because I ripped Alabama fans.
Oh, gotcha.
They were hating me the other night when I was goofing on the Saints fans. And the only one that engaged me with any kind of intelligent conversation is David. The rest of you, and Jonathan didn't even fucking talk to me. He fuck off with what he said to me, and that's it. At least David came to me with something that was halfway fucking viable. The rest of you were just a bunch of fucking shitheads. And it was fucking hilarious. My Facebook mentions were off the chart with fuck him. What the fuck does he know? He's a closet. He no, what was it? Oh, he's a bandwagon Packers fan. Packers fan for fucking ever. For fucking ever. But now I'm a bandwagon Packers fan. If you're gonna run your dick sucker, at least put out something that's viable and true.
It's fucking bullshit though, because you know you want to kick a bunch of people while they're down. Now here we go.
All that. No, shut up. Sir.
You had your chance. You're 5'4", motherfucker.
I tell you what. Here's a thought. If I'm 5'4", I'll slap you with my 8-foot penis. How's that sound? All right.
It's gonna hit you right in the neck.
With all that.
Anyways,
right up to your forehead when you're
now
standing.
it's not even fun anymore because we're obviously gonna pull for Green Bay because Tom Brady.
For us, we don't need you to pull for us. We're gonna fucking.
I'm not fucking pulling for you. I like Aaron Rodgers and I like Green Bay. So, get over yourself. Get over your fucking self.
I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on. Let's make sure we understand this. In January, when you guys won the national title and beat the shit out of my team last January, every fucking day was tag after tag after tag after tag. We could have scored 49 points, you Clemson fuck. So you know what? You can't run your fucking mouth. If you can't run your fucking mouth and you're going to run your mouth, don't be an ice cream boy. And when it comes back and it bites you in the dick, and then you want to be like, I got kicked out of this group because I was mean to you. I can guarantee you this, Mr. Eric Ledoux. I've got you in my notes. Make sure that you see this in nice. I have my nice HD camera. You, sir, were not kicked out of any group by me. Let's make sure that we understand that. I knock out idiots like you for fucking breakfast because, once again, you don't have the IQ score to battle with me, sir. All right? So you sit there and play with your bag of dicks and then think that you can come at me. And then you can call the show at 803-470-2905, and I'll sit here with my toenails and mock the shit out of you. And don't worry, I can call your parents and get you some extra internet time if you need it. So let's make sure we have that, okay? But all of you LSU and Saints fans that came at me because, and I didn't even really mock you that bad. Holy fucking shit. I could have done a lot worse, an absolute lot worse. But what do I get? Oh, fuck him. He's 5'2" and he's a bandwagon Packers fan. Motherfucker, I got pictures of me in Packers clothes when I was in fucking high school, fucking 30 years ago. Suck an entire bag of dicks. And by the way, what I mean by that, let me make sure I give you the full understanding of what that means. I want you to go and find a gigantic bag of dicks, and you suck every damn one of them until they come. And then you can come at me. Until then, fuck off. And you are soft. Every damn one of you that was running your mouth at me, soft as Charmin tissue. And you don't have the fucking balls to call up here tonight and say something to me. And you know what? The two guys that are over here, they had a set of balls, and they knew that I was going to mock them because they seen the shit that happened when LSU won the national title. And you know what I did? I said the same thing over and over again. You beat us. You were the better fucking team. I have to shut my mouth because my team didn't do what the fuck they were supposed to do on the field. That's what the fuck happened. But you have to be soft bitches. You know what? You're going to feel my fucking wrath until you're fucking calloused over and fixed. All right. And when my team wins the fucking Super Bowl in fucking 3 weeks, we're going to play goddamn music honoring the Green Bay Packers on this show. And you can sit there and eat it while your Saints franchise is fucking $95 million over the cap, with a quarterback that's probably going to retire, who is a Hall of Famer, by the way. Let's make sure we get that out there. But you're in so bad of need right now of a quarterback that you've got Jameis Winston, the goddamn crab thief. That's who your quarterback is, and you want to run your dick sucker at me? Shut up. Anyway, go ahead, gentlemen. What do you have for the program?
Oh, I thought we were talking about Alabama basketball. Then somehow,
look at
that.
I wrote notes. See this shit?
You wrote. You wrote.
No, these are stats. These are real stats. Okay.
So,
dumb fuck Alabama fan stats. I wrote them out. That way I would have them. So, and they'd be right here.
I mean, I just want to point out because, especially somebody that I was, chatting with last night that all of a sudden became a basketball fan, he had a basketball team. Right. There's a reason your team was 12-2 and weren't even. Well, I'm sorry, they were 11-3 and they weren't even ranked in the top 25. There's a reason for that. Now they're finally
somebody that said, "Oh, we beat Kentucky. Georgia beat Kentucky tonight. Kentucky's
Everybody beat Kentucky.
Everybody beat Kentucky, and we'll talk about that later.
That's not an accomplishment this season.
But what y'all saw last night, don't go and think that now Alabama's fucking world beaters because they drained 40 motherfucking 3-pointers. I mean,
can I give you my stat? Can I give you my stat on this? That's going to shut Alabama fans up. And by the way, they can call too. We'll put you ahead. You have to go right behind the soft ass LSU fans that want to run their dick suckers at me. And
I want to run my dick sucker at you.
Yeah, of course. You've got the best dick sucker on this show, sir. Absolutely. You take it. Anyway, here's my nice little stat. Last night against LSU, Alabama hit 23 of 43 threes for 53.5%. They actually they shot almost 54% from the field. They are generally shoot 35% from the field from a 3-point land. LSU, and by the way, you guys can correct me on this if I'm wrong. The little bit of the game that I watched, LSU stayed in a zone, right? Weren't they in a zone majority of the game? So if you're in a zone majority of the game, you're going to get more fucking open threes. When you play a team that plays man in your shirt fucking defense, where they step out on those 3-point shooters, you're going to get your ass kicked. That's just the way fucking life is. That's basketball 101, man.
Look, y'all know
rules.
Y'all know I'm a Duke fan. In fact, I can show y'all if y'all want.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
Nobody cares.
Y'all know I'm a Duke fan, but I'll tell you this. All these years I've watched Duke, and they've had these teams that live and literally died by the 3. Boy, it looks great. It's so much fun when they drop in 20 fucking 3-pointers. Guess what happens come tournament time with those 3-point teams?
They don't fucking fall.
No, there was a year where Duke was really good behind the arc, and they ran into an LSU team with 2 good players that were going to go first round, and LSU whooped that ass.
By the way,
and it could be that LSU whooped that ass, but it also helps when those threes don't fall. They they don't fall all the time.
Like you saw last night. I mean, it was a great performance. I'm not going to take anything away from it.
Yeah.
It was mind-blowing. I watched the first 8 minutes, and I was like, all right, time to go to Fortnite. But I watched the first 8 minutes, and I was like, if they could sustain this for a game, that's great. There's no way you sustain this for multiple games. The kid, what was his name? Penny Jr.?
Yeah.
6 straight 3-pointers without a miss. I was like, God, this kid's unconscious right now.
Well, you can also go with this too, and I tried to rewatch some of the game today, but I had a big project I was working on, so I couldn't really see all of it. But I don't know what the fuck Will Wade was doing, and
play man defense.
Yeah, why the fuck if
in their shirts?
They hit what 6 straight threes to start the game? It's time to come out of the zone, sir. When that happens, you fucking play man to man. Holy shit. Why am I sitting here doing this show with you guys when I could go coach at LSU? Because I could have
Yeah.
told him, don't play man. This is a
I'm-
goddamn science. Holy
I've
shit.
never been sold. I've never been sold on Will Wade. But every time I tell that to somebody, they're like, "But he's such a good recruiter. He is such a good
Got
recruiter."
a great roster that he bought.
Got him on wiretap. We know he's good.
Yo, at least you two admit, hey, the guy did fucking pay for players. I've had LSU fans tell me, oh, no, that didn't happen. That's not his voice. Are you out of your mind? How is he still coaching
He's a
there?
phenomenal recruiter. He knows how to make a strong ass offer.
Yeah, he knows how to write that check. He knows how to do that.
Hey, we use those Raisin Cane bags.
Well, that's something else we can talk
I
about too.
don't know if you know about Raisin Canes, Rob.
I don't know what Raisin Cage is, but I know Tennessee is fucked. That's David's line from the other day. Didn't you say they're McFucked? Yeah, they're McFucked. Tennessee is now the worst program in the SEC. And by the way,
No, that was
since
somebody else. My comment was McDumpster Fire.
McDumpster Fire is just as good. McDumpster Fire, McFucked. If you are listening to this show, okay, and you're in the CSF group, you need to recruit more Tennessee fans to come in here. All right, you can use the adage that it's basketball season, but I'm telling you right now, I think Tennessee comes to Columbia this year. I am taking off work that day, and I'm going to go down to Williams-Brice Stadium when they play, and I'm going to dress up as Grimace from the fucking Ronald McDonald thing.
Yeah.
All I need is a Ronald McDonald clown and someone to be the Hamburglar, and I need somebody to be the two fries people, and we're all going to sit there. We're going to have good seats because I'm going to pay for them. And when they come out, whoever comes out for them, whoever is coaching them, if it's Kevin Steele, whoever the fuck he is, we're going to sit there with our McDonald's bags dressed up as McDonald's people, and we're going to mock the fuck out of them.
You talk about football? It's at Neyland Stadium.
Football. Oh, it's at Neyland Stadium. Then we might have to take a fucking road trip, and I'm going to dress up like that. And Tennessee fans are pussies anyway. They won't say shit to us. And if that's the case, you know who's going to be fucking Ronald McDonald is Moose. Where's Moose tonight? Moose gets to be Ronald McDonald, and if they fuck with Moose and I, then they're going to have serious problems with both of us. We need a hamburger, though. We need that. That's what we really need. But if you're an SEC fan and they come to your stadium, you should be waving McDonald's bags at them until the end of time.
I think the hamburger was short.
So you want to be the hamburger? That's fine.
Might have to.
There. I mean, you can be whatever the fuck you want to be, but we need to have the whole crew. But I get to go as Grimace. I want to be Grimace. I'm the chunky guy of the group. You've never seen a fucking fat Ronald McDonald. It's always a big, tall, skinny motherfucker. Looks like he AIDS in the clap. That's what Ronald McDonald looks like.
David's like 6'2".
6 foot.
But he doesn't look like he has AIDS in the clap. That's not going to help us. Let's put the makeup on him. Fucking doll him up a little.
But I guess Moose does. I got it. I think Moose is too drugged up to watch tonight, so it's all good.
That's all right. I'm mocking Moose, but seriously, that needs to happen. I don't know whoever's got Tennessee in their stadium. If I were part of whatever club it is, here it's the Gamecock Club, I would have fucking bags and I would be waving them at them. The entire student section would have bags to wave at them. Seriously, that shit would happen. I mean, they deserve
them up and throw them at the football team. The entire sideline would be covered in McDonald's bags.
Exactly.
Yeah, we would so make College Game Day. We got to do it.
Would absolutely.
But that would mean Tennessee would have to be on College Game Day, though.
I guarantee you, it may not. Somebody at game day needs to go with freaking a sign with a McDonald's bag on it. I came here to get my money from Tennessee. That needs to be on a sign at every game. What a joke, though, that fucking team is. Jeremy Pruitt running around looking like
for a while.
Looking like a hillbilly eunuch. Fuck him too. What? You guys want to show with me when I'm vile shit? Y'all got to deal with it. Sorry. Why don't y'all say something since I've been running my mouth? How about it?
David?
Tick tock.
I mean, I'm all NFL right now. I'm in full on playoff mode.
Right. Well, and
Well-
you know, why don't we can talk about the NFL? Do you want to talk about and I'll be reasonable when it comes to the Saints about what happened this season and why they ended up dropping that game to Tampa Bay, because on paper they were the better team. Can we agree on that?
Can I go first? Can I go first? Please.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get some water.
4 turnovers. That'll do it every time. 4 turnovers. I mean,
Saints just didn't play a very good game, and it is what it is. Nothing can be done. Nothing can be said. They were outplayed by Tampa. Drew Brees had a bad game. 2 of the turnovers were on Jared Cook, but still, the football. There were parts of that game where Drew Brees was trying to force it in, and it just wasn't working.
Well, and there was a big 3rd down catch to Jared Cook that he just straight up dropped.
Probably his
and that wasn't forced in. He was open. Yeah, it was just ugly.
But
it was so disappointing.
The sports fan in me, I'm going to keep watching. You know, I don't have a dog to root for in the show. My fantasy quarterback was Josh Allen, so I'm going to root on him for the rest of the playoffs. He almost got there. I almost won a $3,000 pot.
You know what's Josh Allen's fun. He's fun. Angie, I know you like Josh Allen because he's your partner from Wyoming. But Josh Allen's fun. And
Josh Allen, Boise State ass was at Wyoming too.
Now I'm very interested just for old time's sake. It'd be cool to watch Green Bay, Kansas City, because you know they're gonna hail it as the Super Bowl #1 reunion. You know, be really interesting. But I don't know if I really think Buffalo's gonna beat KC, but I'm pulling for Buffalo.
That's all Green Bay on Mahomes. If Mahomes can play, Kansas City could win. If Mahomes has to sit that game because he hasn't cleared concussion protocol, I don't see them pulling it off against the Bills.
Mahomes is going to clear concussion protocol.
And then if he takes a nasty hit during the game,
quite frankly, I don't. As much as I was pulling for Cleveland, it would have been disappointing to see Cleveland win because Mahomes was out. You know, it's not the same.
I can assure you that Cleveland fans would not have cared if Mahomes was on or off the field. It would have been the first time they made the AFC Championship in God knows how long. I think the 70s, if not even longer. And as somebody
It's school.
appreciates a good game. I mean, if they had gotten it, they were still behind. They were never in the game.
No, what's his face? The backup, forget his name for Kansas City. He held them in there. He didn't make mistakes.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, was the quarterback in Miami before Tannehill?
Didn't Bernie Kosar make an AFC championship in the late 80s?
I'd buy that for $1. Why not?
What, Bernie Kosar?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. If you told me that, I wouldn't even bother looking it up. I'd be like, all right, sure. I mean, yeah, Bernie Kosar. Awesome.
I didn't remember when I was much younger that they had a decent team. They had Andre Rison and some other guys.
Yeah.
He had his mansion burned down by his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true.
But he was playing for the Falcons.
I brought some audio to the show, gentlemen. Something I want to play. I got something that since we're going to talk about Green Bay and Tampa Bay, why not have a little bit of audio here to get us in the fall spirit? Are you guys ready for the bit of show prep I did for this show? Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, sing it, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell all the people across the USA, I love my Green Bay Packers, who won the first Super Bowls ever played. I love my Green Bay Packers. Katy, Chicago, Detroit, and Tampa Bay.
Throw in the vibe.
They all come up as slackers. We take our opposition and crunch it up. That's why I love my Green Bay Packers.
Whose 5-year-old wrote this song?
Shut up! Shut up during the song, sir. Your team's not playing. Shut up. You got a song, we play your team.
That Rush Limbaugh, tell Hillary and Bill.
Tell him what.
I love my Green
Politics.
Packers. Tell Will and Scott, tell Oprah and Phil.
Regis too.
I love my Green Bay Packers. I'll bet even Ditka's a secret Packer fan.
Of course he is.
He knows the best shellackers. So if you're green with envy, wear gold, they're perfect matchers. That's why I love my Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Hey man, this blows. And
Exactly. That's right.
So,
Green Bay
so-
Packers are.
so David, you brought it up. You brought it up for probably Tom Brady's first 4 Super Bowls. I had him on my fantasy football team, so I was like this big Tom Brady fan. One year I had him and Randy Moss. The year they went undefeated, it was just ridiculous.
We did not go undefeated.
Well, you know what I mean. Regular season, which is all that matters for fantasy football. But like it just got old. It got old after a while listening to everybody suck the man's dick. He got put in a great system, and now he's with Tampa Bay. They like bought every free agent there was somehow. Every free agent that they could.
Hold on. Slow down.
Wait, shut up, Rob. So then like Antonio Brown, he's like, Antonio Brown's like one of the misfit kids from the fucking Rudolph show.
He's fucking terrible though. I mean, he fucking almost froze his goddamn foot off. The guy's a fucking team cancer and came to Tom Brady. Now looks great. But go ahead.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
No, fucking Antonio Brown. He literally froze his fucking foot off. Seriously. And then he comes to Tom Brady, and all of a sudden he's a fucking model teammate. It's not because of Bruce Arians on the sideline. Arians doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's sitting there with his finger up his ass, waiting for Tom
want that ring.
Yeah. So trust me, look, Tom Brady pisses me off, but the reality is that he is a winner. He's a winner. All these other guys, they're going to play with him, and he's fucking 42 years old.
Look.
The thing about Tom Brady and Tampa Bay, though, is that to me, it's like the football equivalent of LeBron James and every team he's been on. And people will take those pay cuts for a chance to win a championship. Because if you're going to play professional football and the goal is not to win the Super Bowl, then what the fuck are you playing for?
Exactly. Why, if you're not trying to win the fucking championship, what the fuck are you here for?
That was a very good analogy there, David Penn. And this was like the NFL's first.
And they would pay me $100,000 to kick a football down the field in punt formation. I'd go play with Tom Brady.
David does these things for your approval, man. He comes up with these analogies just for your approval, Jonathan.
But
he's hoping you guys can have the best bromance ever.
But my point is, like, there's a difference between being a winner, as you call him, Rob, and the fucking GOAT.
I never said he was the GOAT. I said he was a winner.
I just said that, Rob. You called him a winner. And I'm saying there's a difference between being a winner and the fucking GOAT. What?
You can't really refute that he's a winner. You can have a conversation about who's the GOAT. My opinion is it's Joe Montana. But
oh fuck. Oh.
Are you gonna say Drew Brees?
We're not gonna have Saints fan. We're not gonna have that conversation tonight because that's just gonna fucking hurt my head. Bro, ask what's in my cup. I've got some whiskey.
Don't say Brett Favre. But I'll tell you, Brett Favre was better than Joe Montana.
Brett Favre threw a fucking shit ton of interceptions.
Brett Favre was better than Joe Montana.
No, he was not.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Out of your fucking mind.
He was more entertaining to watch than Joe Montana.
Joe Montana
was 4-0 in the Super Bowl.
they changed the entire NFL with the offense Montana ran.
Walsh changed the entire NFL.
Yeah, but who was back there as quarterback?
And who coached under Walsh? Belichick?
I'm not going down.
I have no idea.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sit here and say that Brett Favre, and being a Packers fan, probably the only true Packers fan that Brett Favre is better than Joe Montana. Get the fuck out of here.
Breeze did more with nothing than anybody. You think Montana would have done all that without Rice?
Breeze has had some great players with him. What are you talking about?
Wide receivers, Mike Thomas. That's it.
Marquez, didn't you have Marquez Colston? Who else did you have? You had some good wide receivers.
Colston was good because of Breeze.
League 1 year in receiving. I mean, that not leading the league is bad. I don't know. I mean, what do you want from me? He went to the Pro Bowl.
Who did?
Wasn't Colston went to the Pro Bowl?
No, he did not. The first Pro Bowl wide receiver Drew Brees had was Michael Thomas. No other receiver.
That guy, I'm going to look at it. I believe you, but I know that Colston was a good player.
I think Jimmy Graham made a Pro Bowl, but he went as a tight end, not a wide receiver, even though primarily as a wide receiver.
Marcus Colston did not go to the Pro Bowl. You're right.
And then what did Graham? You see that's so funny because I love these people. A Jimmy Graham, a Lance Moore, they excel so much playing with Breeze. And then they're like, I want the money. What did Jimmy Graham do with Seattle or Green Bay? Not a goddamn thing.
He was broke down by then too, man. He gotten his ass kicked for a lot of it was injuries, man. He got
beat up pretty good in Seattle. And by the time he got to Green Bay, he just wasn't the same guy.
By the way, with Colston, I was just looking it up, and you are right, Sir David, and I was wrong. But he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons in a row. He was over 1,000 yards, and then he went to 760 where for the next season after that. But then 1,200 yards, and then 1,000 yards in 2006. So I'm going backwards, but he was a hell of a receiver. I mean,
he was.
To say that he wasn't a good receiver is kind of not very good.
He never made the Pro Bowl, and I couldn't exactly tell you why, but Marcus Colston was basically Terrell Owens without the mouth. Same body, same speed, same build, same ability. He just didn't run his mouth. He just went out there and did his job, and that's kind of the impression that Marcus Colston gave.
I mean, so that's the first wide receiver that I think of. That with Drew Brees that he had that I thought was really good. I think Alvin Kamara is a great fucking running back. Mark Ingram was great too. So
y'all see what Rob Sanders did there? Yeah, y'all see what Rob Sanders did there? He tried to make it like I said Marquez Colston wasn't a good receiver.
He was a great receiver.
I didn't say that. I wasn't trying to push you into a hole. I understand that that's your team and you jerk off to Saints posters at night. I'm not trying to run you into the ground. What are you talking about?
My point is Colston, what was he? He was an undrafted free agent, right?
Round. He was the last pick of the 7th round.
7th round, right? Breeze made Colston.
Breeze made all of his receivers.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say.
If you're gonna go with that, then you have to say he made Michael Thomas too.
He did. You think Michael Thomas would be the same guy in a different system?
Nope. Exactly. That's why I'm saying he wouldn't be in my top 15 if Breeze wasn't throwing him the ball. And people get pissed off when I say that.
With the salary cap issues the Saints are going to have this upcoming season, I would trade him. Get rid of him.
Get rid of him now. That's the absolute truth. What about Joe Horn? Joe Horn played there. He was pretty good.
He was a spark plug.
But Joe Horn was he wasn't there. No, he wasn't there in 2006. He was gone by then.
He played there 2000 to 2006. I'm reading it right here.
Yeah, Sean Payton phased him out in 2006, and
he made the Pro Bowl.
But Joe Horn wasn't with. Yeah, but Joe Horn didn't play with Breeze.
No, he was on the roster Breeze's first year, but his utilization went down, and then he went to the Falcons.
All right, so you can make the argument that he didn't play with Breeze, but Colston, I mean, I think we can definitely throw out there that he was a great receiver. But
He was.
I get tired of the people telling me that Michael Thomas is the best wide receiver in football, and I'm just like, he's not.
I can name at least 5 receivers I would have on my team not named Michael Thomas.
Okay, I'll tell you this: if Michael Thomas was the greatest receiver in NFL, the Saints would be playing on Sunday.
Well, that's not.
I will say that's good about Michael Thomas.
That's not necessarily
the dirty work on the inside, and you don't find a lot of guys that are willing to do that now because it's punishment. You're going to get, if you keep going over the middle, you're going to keep getting hit.
You want to know who I would take over him, and people would laugh at me about this. That's basically the same kind of player is Steve Smith, who played with the Carolina Panthers. He loved that slant route. And if he would have played with Breeze, would have 3 fucking Super Bowl rings in their prime.
I love Steve Smith, even for a Carolina Panther. And Steve Smith can beat you. He could beat you long. But that was a tough son of a bitch. And I think Steve Smith was about as big as me.
He fought with his own fucking team on the sidelines. He knocked out fucking Stephen Davis on the sideline in practice. He just fucking knocked him out.
Yeah, Steve Smith was fucking awesome.
Fucking great. And if he were with Drew Brees would have 3 rings guaranteed.
Buck says if we're good, he'll send the Saints Devonta. He'll be off the board way before the Saints pick.
Like Fuckstick sitting up there saying, "Okay, they've got my blessing to have Devontae Smith." Fuck out of here, man.
He won't be around. The Saints are picking 27th or 28th.
We could trade him Michael Thomas for the pick. What you think?
There's no way they did that.
The Saints are going to need a quarterback, and I think I told someone when I was talking about this, and Jameis Winston's in line if Breeze retires, and I think Breeze is going to retire, but Jameis Winston has, in my opinion, $1 million arm and the old line from Bull Durham: $1 million arm, 10-cent brain. He is dumber than dirt, but he has the capability to throw every pass.
So here's what I think. He just had a chance to play 5 games, start 5 games, and they didn't play him. They played Taysom Hill.
That was because of a promise that Sean Payton made to Taysom, saying that if there was an opportunity, he would give him a look as the starter.
But my point is, as much I want to see what Taysom Hill can do. I want Taysom Hill as a starter. But I think the Saints' offense is better off.
That's true.
With Taysom Hill staying in the role that he's in.
Me too.
Right. Out to the phone we go. Good evening. Welcome to CSF Late Nights.
What up?
What's up? What's up, you glorious bastards?
Andre.
Hey,
put the shoe polish in your beard this morning, you old bastard.
Fucking birthday boy.
Jonathan needs it though. He needs it bad.
Yeah.
I was wondering something. Y'all talking about the Saints. Y'all talking about the Saints, and I was just thinking about this. So, how much does Michael Thomas count against our cap for next year?
$20 million.
How much?
$20 million. Drew Brees counts $25 million.
$20 million. Okay, so what's and look, this might be a shot in the dark, but what's the chance that the Saints could trade Michael Thomas and maybe the first round pick to get Deshaun Watson in New Orleans?
All right. Well, I've got something on that. According to several NFL insiders, if what they're hearing is that it's going to take 3 first-round picks to get Deshaun Watson. And I didn't say that. Don't get upset with me. Okay. I'm just telling you that's what the NFL insiders say, that you need 3 first-round picks. Now, I also heard a trade scenario where the Panthers would give up 2 first-round picks and Christian McCaffrey. That's what I've heard.
Wow.
That's what I've heard from some radio guys up in Charlotte. There's talk that may be on the board there. And you know what? you remember Christian McCaffrey for having all of that one great season, but he's been pretty much hurt ever since.
Yeah, I agree.
So if I had the opportunity to get Deshaun Watson, and I could give up Christian McCaffrey and the cap hit that we're gonna have for him anyway.
Well,
it's gonna cost 2 first-round picks. Deshaun Watson's 25 years old. He's got 10 years left in the league, and he's already proven that he can be a dynamic quarterback. So I say good for that. I really do.
I tell you what. If they wanna go with Deshaun Watson, the Saints can gladly take Bridgewater back.
Well, Bridgewater he didn't look really comfortable with the Panthers this year. I mean, to be completely
they suck.
honest. Well, but okay, and that's fine. But I don't know. I don't have anything else to say that can help the conversation here. But he didn't have any playmakers.
Sean Payton said that he sees Jameis as a starter. How much do we really trust that Sean Payton is not just bullshitting himself? I mean, he sees him in practice every single day. What's the chances that he's not bullshitting? He might actually be a decent starter for the Saints.
Well, don't you think that Sean Payton don't you think that in the back of your mind, Sean Payton kind of has to say that, though, because he might end up with Winston as a starter by default, and he can literally start building the confidence of Winston now. So, I would say that, too. But then behind the scenes, I'm going to be like,
I don't think
you really want to run with this
that.
fucking crap thief as our quarterback? Are you out of your fucking mind? I would definitely be saying some shit like that. But
for me, when it comes to Winston, it all depends on what the dude learned in the 1 year he had to sit behind one of the greatest game preparers in NFL history. That's Drew Brees. If he learned something from him, maybe he's got a chance. If he didn't learn anything, I mean, there's tape of Drew Brees going through progressions by himself with nobody there.
Right.
I mean,
well, let's take that into account for a minute. This is the same guy that got caught stealing crab legs from fucking Publix. And I know this is a long time ago, but I mean, that absolutely happened. This is a guy that went into the dining hall at Florida State, jumped up on a table and yelled to the entire student body, "Fuck her right in the pussy." He did that too. He was suspended from a game, and he just thought, well, if I'm suspended, I should still dress the fuck out. And Jimbo Fisher had to tell him in the damn end zone, what the fuck are you doing here? You're supposed to be suspended, you jerk. He's out there in full fucking pads, ready to go. Also, if you've ever listened to this guy speak, he sounds like Chucky Fuckstick with a damn as a Chatty Cathy doll that's had his string cut. It's and that's it. He's not very bright. And I'd rather go with Hill as your quarterback or get Bridgewater or whatever if I were a Saints fan, but he can't be your quarterback and you expect to be decent next season with him under center. He's terrible. Just terrible.
It goes back to what I was saying earlier when Rob said Colson sucked.
Okay.
When depending on who our next quarterback is gonna mean the Saints will actually have to go and get like these Pro Bowl style receivers, the ones that can do it on their own, because they won't have the quarterback that can make us three look like Pro Bowlers. They won't have that quarterback anymore. They're going to actually need some all-pro receivers.
Here's where the Saints messed up.
I'll go with the line of the night. What money, sir? Go ahead.
Who?
Go ahead, David.
I just want to know what money you're looking at, Jonathan, because how can you go out there and get these Pro Bowl receivers when you ain't got no money? And now, not only do you don't have money, you got to go out there and find a quarterback. And either that or pray to God that Taysom Hill, works out. Look, I love Taysom Hill. I love him as an athlete. I don't like him as a full-time quarterback. I mean, dude, this is not college. He's not playing against Texas,
I just
here's where the Saints missed the boat. They could have last year's draft was quarterback deep. They could have gotten themselves a quarterback in the draft last year in the first round, and they decided not to. They decided to roll with what they had. This year, all of the good quarterbacks are going to be off the board by the time they pick. So they're not getting any of those guys. So you're stuck with Taysom Hill or you're going to have to re-sign Jameis Winston. And that's where you're at. You don't really have another option.
And I get it.
You can't
I get it,
afford
Andre.
Deshaun Watson because he's a $40 million a year quarterback and you're $95 million over the cap. You might have to go and try and find somebody like Nick fucking Foles.
I get it, Andre. I get it. I'm just saying what's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
But it's not Major League Baseball. You can't just go out there and spend as much money as you want like the Yankees did, you know?
Fuck the Yankees.
You have to have actual money to do it. And now they got to find a quarterback, like I said, hope or whatever. But that's not happening. Let's face it. I mean, who's going to come to the Saints for a discount if you're a Pro Bowl receiver?
You better play some defense.
The way the Saints look like next year is all going to depend on Mickey Loomis and how he can work the cap and restructure contracts and get themselves into a manageable situation. Because anybody will tell you that going into this season, they were the deepest team depth-wise and talent-wise in the NFL. They didn't get it done, but that's what people would say. The Saints were very deep at every position, offensive line, linebacker. Well, linebacker kind of hurt itself when Quan Alexander went down. Defensive backs, really deep. Janoris Jenkins, Marshawn Lattimore, Malcolm Jenkins. I mean, they had good players at just about every position. They're Pro Bowlers all along the offensive line. You had Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees. You had all these great people that you could put on the field. But depending on how they manage that cap, it's not going to be the same team next year.
Hey, David, you use a big word there, restructure. You know what one of the Saints' biggest problem with the salary cap is? Restructuring deals all the goddamn time.
That's why they're over the cap now.
I think, 2 years ago, I remember a stat where we owed $40 million to players that weren't even playing for us.
Yeah. If
I think that happens a lot.
He's $25 million dead in money.
If he retires?
If he retires, $25 million dead money. That's why I said the best case scenario for the Saints is he decides to play one more year.
Yeah, might as well. But
by the way, Deshaun Watson's contract for this season is actually not for the upcoming 2021 season. It's $15.9 million. But after that, in 2022, $40 million. 2023, $42 million. 2024, $37 million. 2025, when he turns 30, he's going to make $32 million. And people will still be to him because at 30, he's still going to be a good quarterback, as long as he's not injured. So,
But
wow.
But the Texans want a quarterback that doesn't even want to play for them anymore and expect the team to put up 3 first-round picks. Go fuck yourselves.
Well, the teams may line up to do it, sir. Why? If you could get away with it, and if I'm the Carolina Panthers, and I can get away with 2 first-round picks and getting rid of Christian McCaffrey, which I know everybody's like, my God, he's a great player. Running backs have a 5-year window in the NFL, and he's already getting hurt. And he's right. But the reality is if I could get Deshaun Watson at 25, and I've got him locked up until he's 30, and I get rid of Christian McCaffrey's contract, take my 2 first-round picks because it's a known commodity what I've got with Watson. Making those 2 picks, we're going to lose our picks. You don't know if you're going to make a good pick or not. I'm just saying, you really don't know. You know what Watson is. So if you could get him, that's the way to go, in my opinion.
Hey, Andre, I tell you who I would take for a couple of years if it was cheap. This might be controversial. I would take Cam Newton.
Man, are you smoking crack? Are you crazy?
I'm telling you.
That head case. Look, here's the thing. I said it years ago. To me, Cam Newton's got the makings to be the best quarterback in the NFL. He's got all the physical traits. The problem is what's upstairs. What killed me with Cam Newton is when they won the Super Bowl, and there was a fumble. He did not even go after the fumble. You're in the Super Bowl. You might never make it again. And you're not
Yeah.
going after a fumble? Really? No, absolutely
What would
not,
you
dude. I
expect
would
from
rather
fucking
roll
Auburn
with
anyway?
Taysom Hill
Fuck their
than Cam
quarterback.
Newton.
Fuck Auburn.
Because at least I know Taysom Hill is going to give 110%.
Yeah, but
don't
Taysom
know
Hill
what's
doesn't
gonna happen to
have
Cam
the
Newton.
physical capabilities that Cam Newton has. So
I know.
but,
But you know what? It don't matter how good your physical capabilities are if your upstairs is not all there.
well, I mean, if you want a team
I mean-
full of Rudies, dude, that can come in and get sacks at the end of the game when they're off sides, then that's fine. You'll go fucking 2-14 and we'll laugh at you. And you can talk about how hard they
Yeah,
tried.
I wouldn't mess with Cam Newton at all.
I wouldn't have Cam
absolutely
Newton
not.
either, but
But we might have Jameis.
well, I mean, Jameis Winston is he's a fucking disaster.
If you look at Jameis Winston's career, go all the way back to Florida State, the only good year he had was the year they won the national championship. I think he was 40 touchdowns and 10 or 12 interceptions. The next year, he was almost 1-to-1 in his ratio. He was a completely different quarterback. And why people were still stuck on his previous campaign while completely ignoring what he did in his follow-up blew my mind that anybody thought he was worth the first pick of the draft. I knew he was going to not be
5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 30 interceptions.
All right, well, I'll give Jameis Winston credit for something. He is a world-class troll. You guys may not know this story. He came into to Clemson his freshman year and stood up on a bench in the locker room and spit out some nonsense, but rallied his team. And Clemson lost at home to Florida State. I think it was 52-7. They fucking killed us. It was insanely bad. Stop it, David, you jerk. So
I'm eating that W.
here's the best part though. He played on the baseball team for Florida State too, right? So he's on the bus for baseball season, and the baseball stadium for Clemson is near the football stadium. So you drive around the football stadium to get to the baseball stadium. This motherfucker takes a picture of the baseball stadium and puts it out on Twitter. Yeah, we still own that bitch. As he comes in to play baseball, and he ended up with he was their closer. I think he had 2 out of 3 saves for Florida State. So world-class troller online if he when he's got the material. But I hated that motherfucker because he tweeted out that, hey, we still own that bitch, and the picture of the stadium. What a great troll that guy is.
And Angie says the biggest scam ever was Jamarcus Russell. But let me tell you something about that. No, it's because the owner of the Raiders was a fucking moron. I mean,
and there was no structure
idiot.
in Oakland at the time he was drafted. You can't
Yeah.
take a guy like Jamarcus Russell who needs structure and then leave him to his own devices.
And give him blank videotapes to watch.
First unavailable.
Well, we don't need to do a show on Jamarcus Russell because that's
That's a lost cause.
That's fucking terrible. No one's gonna fucking listen to that shit. Hey, let's have a show about Jamarcus Russell. Fuck him. There's certain players, and I'm like,
we could follow it up with a conversation about Ryan Leaf.
Fuck him too.
We'll just scare everybody away.
You know, what's the deal? What's the deal with Phillip Rivers? You know, he had a damn good season. He's only 37.
Well, it's the first time in his life that he fucking pulled out.
Yeah, exactly. We have all these talented quarterbacks these days. You know, from Tom Brady to Drew Brees to Aaron Rodgers, you know, all these guys that are playing in their later years, and Ryan Leaf's one of them, and not Ryan Leaf, fucking Phillip Rivers, but he just fucking says, I quit.
I mean,
is it any different than Andrew Luck, who was younger and did it right before the season?
Andrew Luck pulled somewhat of a Barry Sanders, like,
Megatron.
and a Megatron, right? Like, if y'all not gonna protect me, go fuck yourselves.
Obviously, Drew Brees wants to go home and have more sex with his wife. I mean, she's already had 9 kids, but still got to get after it.
Are we talking about? Are we talking about Drew or
I'm
Rivers?
not talking about Rivers. I'm sorry, Philip Rivers. You got to go home and get some more of that cavernous pussy now. Where the kids they don't even go to. They just walk out at this point. Hey, mom, I'm coming out.
Isn't he from Idaho?
I don't know. He's from fuck that hoe. He's been fucked here 9 times. I got 9 kids. Just
They'll be able to field the entire football team here soon.
Exactly. His press release where he thanked all of his kids was cute. He got all 9 of their names correct. If I had 9 kids, I'd be mixing them up. I ain't gonna lie.
And
I
it's
like to
all
think dad, but I'd be fucking that up big time.
he's the first NFL player with 9 kids, and they're all with the same baby mama.
Well, that's
wow. Man, you're throwing shade at a couple of the folks, ain't you?
I don't know shit about fuck.
I'm sorry.
God damn. I don't even know where to go from there. I'm upset that I come up with that line. I'm pissed off at myself. Fuck you, Rob. Normally that's your line. God damn it.
Fuck you, Rob.
Hey, Angie keeps talking about Jamarcus. I'll say this: if somebody was going to guarantee me $45 million to do absolutely nothing, okay.
And now y'all want to talk about me?
I know, right? Yeah. All right, so there's that.
Oh well. I'm gonna drop the phone, guys. Let somebody else call in. I got one thing to say: roll tide off a damn cliff. Y'all have a good one.
All right, Andre. Happy birthday,
Andre.
Thank you, brother. All right, there you go. Andre joining the show, even though we mocked him about being 65 this year and having to paint his beard with black cloth or whatever the hell it is he does. He's over there with the shoe polish fucking shining it.
I don't want to call Andre out about his age, but I noticed on Facebook, the year he was born, he's like younger than us, man.
No, he's not. Andre's 65. Shut up.
I'm just saying, Andre is younger than us.
And fuck that. I'm fucking.
He looks old as fuck. It's probably the truck driving thing, but
I'm out there jacking his jaw with fucking shoe polish and bringing that black beard.
I saw them ladies he fucks with at the truck stop.
Lot lizards.
Lot lizards. Don't see now. His girlfriend's probably watching. I don't want Raven calling and shit and saying that. What do you know about the lot lizards? Because he probably has to have that battle. I don't want to fucking.
Have we invited Raven to CSF Extra? I'm not sure. I haven't seen Raven.
I'm not a member of the admin or the recruiting team. Former management made me hate being an admin and hate being on the recruiting team. So you motherfuckers are ruined on that.
Rob,
I've people, but I don't.
Rob, you know that we have revamped the management.
It's like South Carolina this year. They're going to have the Will Muschamp stench on them. The full management still has the stench on this damn group.
Hey, your partner's going to coach at Georgia, huh?
Yeah, he's not my partner. I hope he gets the clap, but that would be Will Muschamp, who is now has his own parking spot at Georgia, and they say he's just visiting. What that means is that he is not going to draw a check from them, so South Carolina can continue to pay him his $15 million buyout, but they'll probably give him $30,000 because I think the max on that number with those contracts is you can get a job with any team as long as they don't pay you $40,000 or more, I think is the way it works. So he'll be a quote unquote analyst for that team. And that's what the Georgia Bulldogs are getting. So if I were Mark Richt, Mark Richt's stupid, not Mark Richt, Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart's stupid, by the way. He's Mr. Potato Head. Haircut of his. If I were the offensive coordinator, I would tell Kirby Smart, if you want me to be here, he can't be in the same room with my offense because he is that fucking stupid. He can coach defensive backs, but he needs to steer clear of my guys because they may get stupid by osmosis because every offensive unit that's been under Will Muschamp in college, that has happened to them where he's been anywhere near the offense. So he's a good defensive coach, but he's got to stay the fuck out, in my opinion. But I'm not a Georgia fan. I hope they lose every fucking game they play too. That would be great.
I'm a Georgia fan.
Sanctions, you heard about that, right? That they got sloppy with recruiting. I mean, not McDonald's bag sloppy, but they did get sloppy with their recruiting.
Who? South Carolina?
No, Georgia. There's report. There's going to be violations with Georgia too.
Yeah,
that may be in the
reporting at this point.
Huh?
They're self-reporting at this point.
Yeah, they've got.
Which means look at these level 3 violations. Please don't look at these level 2 and level 1 violations. That's what that means.
We're honest people.
I'm not trying to throw rocks here and start fight with LSU fans because holy shit. And I did challenge those soft motherfuckers to call, but they won't because they're pussies.
Rob, we're on the fucking show right now.
No, I'm talking about the motherfucking. You're not one of the soft motherfuckers.
I can't. You want me to call? Do you want me to call in?
Are you a soft motherfucker?
Oh no. Well,
okay, shut the fuck up. That's basically what that boils down to. The soft motherfuckers won't call in because they're soft as Charmin. But anyway,
what if for CSF recruiting team we invite Jeremy Pruitt?
He ain't got shit to do. He should be.
We get some Mick recruits.
We could go into next season with Tennessee having obviously the issues that they're dealing with. Ole Miss is still dealing with probation stuff with Hugh Freeze from the time that he was there. So they're going to have scholarship reductions and everything else. Georgia could be having some problems. And LSU may be facing some sanctions of some sort too. You could theoretically, there's 14 teams in the league. You could have at least 4 of them that are dealing with probation of some kind for next season. You really could.
I heard the LSU's already making themselves ineligible for the Independence Bowl. Self-sanctions.
Okay.
Just saying.
What do you mean by that? I'm not touching it.
Well, they're not making themselves bowl ineligible, but
so
they will not
want to go to the Independence Bowl. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Fuck the bowls, but fuck just the Independence Bowl. Is that what you're telling me? Or am I missing something?
Or the New Orleans Bowl.
LSU needs to get their heads on straight, figure out their defensive coordinator position.
Well,
you know what? That was an interesting thing.
Vanderbilt hired a guy from the NFL as their defensive coordinator, and LSU can't come down there and coach. Didn't one of you guys post that?
No.
I don't. Who you posted that, David?
No, somebody did. I
you just commented. But we thought we had him locked up, but whatever reason, the Saints thought it was important enough to give him that promotion, so he didn't.
It was
go to
LSU is what that was, because LSU did not do their due diligence. They didn't call and ask to talk to him. They didn't research his contract to find the clause in it. They basically tried to do this behind Sean Payton's back. And when Sean Payton's like, oh, yeah, we'll see about that.
That's interesting because the Saints have done plenty to help LSU over the last few years. So,
but there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, and LSU did this the wrong way, and that's why you're not getting your guy. Because make no mistake that Nielsen was their top target. That's who they wanted from the beginning. Marcus Freeman was their second choice. Nielsen was their first choice, and then they screwed the pooch.
Can I ask you guys a question? And once again, I'm not trying to pick a fight with you guys because you guys aren't soft business, but the stuff with the Darius Geis and the rape accusations and anything else, you guys are closer to the program than I am. Is that going to come to fruition, you think, and that's going to be a problem down there? I mean, I'm not that close.
That's why they're self-imposing all these things, is because they're trying to get out in front of whatever the NCAA investigation comes back with. And they're going to say, well, we knew about it, and this is what we did, and
Right,
we
but
hope that that's enough.
doesn't it seem a little hollow though that when you have a culture that had some things that include sexual assault in them, that you kind of have to clean the house, don't you think?
But
You would think so, but look
there's-
at college football as a
I
whole.
know he won a national title, but if he had a culture where rape is okay or whatever the hell happened there that's okay, I mean, the general manager for the Mets, I use this as an example, sent 61 text messages to some email reporter, didn't get a response back, and he just thought, you know what? Since you didn't respond with 61 text messages, text number 62 is going to be a picture of my dick. He did that 5 years ago. The Mets find out about it from 5 years ago, and they fired him. So I know he won a national title, but do you think that it may come back? Well, Coach O, you got to go.
Well, you know what?
Did it come back at Florida State?
The question
but
the question is, Rob, because it's quiet. It's quiet as a church. I mean, I'm not hearing anything from ESPN. I'm not hearing anything from the NCAA. I'm not hearing anything from LSU. Now, is that because LSU went 5-5 and nobody gives a fuck? I don't fucking know. But right now, it's like
I applaud him for taking a bowl bid, because that kept him out of the mix, and people can forget about this season and the shithole that it was, and then they can use that as a token for next season. But man, if all of that stuff comes together, I mean, in my opinion, with the way society is now, you're going to have to clean house. I mean, and completely restart over.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a whole new government now, so things are going to change. So it doesn't matter. Sorry.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Moving on. I was trying to be real with that. I mean, I wasn't trolling. I think that
I'm being real with my answer, Rob. Like, it's quiet. Like, this is not something anybody's talking about. It's like it's over. You don't hear shit about it. There's no beat writers talking about it. Nobody's talking about it.
I think it'll all just come down to, what did Ogeron do when he found out? And if there's anything that suggests that he acted inappropriately, then there's probably going to be sanctions. I don't see him losing his job over it, though.
Well,
Winston had a rape allegation at Florida State. Nothing happened there.
A lot of people thought and said that the finger was going to get pointed at Ogeron, and it was going to be the silver bullet to get rid of Ogeron, and then you don't even have to buy him out because it's worth firing him, But that's not even happened yet. So, like, I just think as days go by, it's just gonna go away. I mean, we're not talking about the same shit with what's his face from Baylor. I mean, they were smoking motherfucking gun. Right now, it's just a bunch of fucking hearsay pointing fingers.
Here's the thing. Wade is still the basketball coach, and he's on a fucking tape. I mean,
yeah, but that's and I get what you're saying, but in the end, though, it's completely different with
money and Me Too is two different things.
Yeah, I mean, you can go with you can go with, hey, we're paying players that because there's a lot of people that want players to be paid anyway. But when it comes to accusations of sexual assault with a woman, that's a huge no. Just can't have any of it, So I don't know.
Darius Geis paid the price for that. I don't know that it's necessarily Ed O's. It's on him to pay an equal price.
Good point. Yeah. Well, I was just wondering about that, and if you guys had heard anything down there, because it's been quiet.
I gotta say something. The last couple shows, this Jonathan Boatwright guy has shown up. He's been in the message, chatting it up and stuff. I agree with a lot of what he says. Then he posts a fucking hashtag of the New York Yankees, and you look like a fucking douche-tard. Like, what the fuck?
You're just
The
ripping
New
people
York Yankees? Fuck. Somebody should boot his ass out the group.
You're a Duke fan. How could you possibly say anything being a Duke fan? You're going to rip the Yankees?
Shut up, Rob. We're talking about the fucking Yankees. Where were you in 1996? Do you remember what you were doing in 1996, Rob?
But I'm not a Duke fan, though. So,
I'm not talking about Duke.
Yeah, but you don't get to mock teams like that when you're a Duke fan.
Fuck. Oh, teams like that. What, we buy players? Duke buys players?
Maybe.
Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees. I agree on that, but it's kind of hard for me to take you seriously if you're a Duke fan, for God's sake.
Yeah, whatever. Well, what is it, 2 Saturdays from now? We'll see about that.
I mean, first of all, no one's scared of Duke this year. Let's make sure we're on the same page as that. But
right. Look, it's not a theory. It's not a theory. It's something I think we've kind of talked about. We've touched on this show.
I don't give a fuck
in prior weeks.
We're going to talk about Duke. To pay attention.
No, we're not talking about Duke. We're just talking about the Blue Bloods, and it really disappoints me that Duke became one of these one and done teams. But looking at college basketball this year and the way things have gone and the rankings, it seems like COVID has really affected those teams, the Kentuckys of the world, Kansas, Duke, those teams that rely on these 3 and 4 top tier freshmen that are going to be out next year because they didn't get to practice. They didn't even know until probably like a month before the season started that they were even going to play. While yet you have those same teams, the Gonzagas of the world, that have those juniors and those seniors that have played together and played together and played together. And now they are war beaters. They are beating the shit out of teams. This year, COVID has brought that to fruition. That fuck these one and dones, man.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, David?
I think that this is the perfect year for teams that have built continuity and have upperclassmen. So we talked about Alabama a little earlier. The one thing I didn't touch on was we have 3 seniors on that team and they're starting 5. I mean, those are guys that have been in the program that know the system, and that's beneficial in a year like this.
And it shows. And I guess that's where I'm going with that. You know, people want to talk. Well, I know Rob just talks shit to me because Rob's an asshole, but people want to talk shit to me about Duke and Duke fans. But in any year of all years, I'm not going to make an excuse for Duke. They're fucking stinking it up. Yes. But it's a true point. I just saw the Leonardo's latest rankings. They got fucking North Carolina playing in a play-in game. A fucking play-in game. Could you imagine?
Well, and I think you guys will agree with me on this. January rankings don't mean shit when it comes to March. So
yeah. No, dude, I completely agree with you, and I don't like because I was looking 2-3 days ago. Duke's 5-3, right? They had like 6 or 7 games canceled because of COVID, and yet they have like 16 or 17 games left. I mean, before the ACC tournament, they could be like 20-4 or something, if they catch fire. So yes, January rankings don't mean shit. Just like Alabama over there, who has fucking shot their wad off as of last night.
I mean, their last 3 wins are all. I mean, when you put them together, that's a pretty impressive stretch.
That's what Alabama,
right?
And that's how they end up finally getting into the top 25. But that's it. Alabama made that stretch. That's it. That's all Alabama's going to play. Period.
What
Boom,
you're talking about?
What?
Just talking because I don't know. What were their last 3 wins that you said that were viable there, David?
Tennessee.
I believe they beat Tennessee. Hold on.
Okay.
What's the other one?
LSU. And please,
was it Mizzou?
It might have been Mizzou, LSU, Tennessee.
Top 20 team, but here's an interesting thing. Clemson played tonight. Clemson lost by I think 30 to Virginia over the weekend, right? They come out tonight and they played Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech lit them up like a Christmas tree, and they lost by 18 on the road. Now, this is the same Clemson team that went into Alabama in that shithole. They had to wear hazmat suits and have protection to go into that fucking dump down there. And they went in and held Alabama to 3-point shots in a victory in that shithole. But the last two games, Clemson goes out and gives up 15 plus threes in 2 straight games to one of the Georgia Tech is not very good, and Virginia is somewhat okay. All right. They're a top 20 team. When teams play defense against Alabama, when they play that man-to-man defense, they're going to be a problem, but they're going to knock them off. But Clemson's pissed me off because they've gone away and have been running some zone to which is what Will Wade did last night, and they've been getting lit up like Christmas trees when they can actually defend the 3, and it's fucking frustrating because it should be Clemson.
Rob, you have to understand. ACC basketball is.
I don't know, sir. Don't come up the conference.
No. I am going to come at you like that, Rob. ACC basketball is different than SEC basketball. And
hold on, explain to me why. Why is it different?
The culture of the athletes. Period.
Okay, so Kentucky is a shithole in your opinion.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But coaches have a whole different game plan playing that style. It's the same reason why most conferences in football can't compete with the SEC, because it's a different style of football.
A different style of football, my ass. That doesn't make any sense. You're telling me Don Calipari's not a good coach? Frank Martin's a hell of a coach at South Carolina. Absolutely hell of a coach. You're telling me that the SEC doesn't have coaches and their style doesn't make any sense? That's bullshit.
So is the ACC not a basketball conference? It's not a basketball conference.
It doesn't do with being a basketball conference. That's the thing. You got to get away from all of that. You can judge team by team. It's not about the fucking conference. And that's in football too. I mean, it's insane to me when you say, they play a different style of basketball in the ACC. No, they don't. They don't do that shit at all. Fucking
apparently. Then explain to me. Explain to me then why all of a sudden Clemson's playing zone when they were playing man to man. When they were playing man to man against Alabama, but they're playing zone against Georgia Tech. Explain that to me.
All right, I'll explain that to you. Coach Brad Brownell was trying to put John, what was his name? His name slips my mind. But he was the guy that played for them last year. John Newman III. He wanted John Newman III in because he is a much better offensive player, but his defense sucks asshole. So to make it a better on the offensive end, because they didn't play offensively very good with Virginia, he put John Newman III in the lineup and gave him his career high in minutes tonight, or his high for minutes this season. And John Newman III can't play man-on-man, so he had to play zone. That's why. Brad Brownell was stupid tonight, sort of like Will Wade was last night playing zone all night. That's why. It has nothing to do with, we have to play zone because of fucking Virginia. Fuck out of here. Clemson's got an all-ACC forward in Amir Sims that plays fucking great defense and can handle most guys in the paint. So it has nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing to do with that. His coach was stupid. Was a dumb fuck. He was a dumb Chucky fuckstick thing tonight. That's what happened. So you want to continue this conversation or because the whole idea of it's just a different style of basketball, that's fucking stupid. You can take teams and they can whip some ass.
It's a different fucking style of basketball. It's a different style of basketball.
Well, what's different? What's different?
Same with the Big Ten.
Oh my God.
Big Ten's more like the ACC.
Really?
SEC is more of a power game.
Really?
Yeah, really. Do you watch basketball?
I watch a lot more than you do. That's obvious because I don't make dumb statements like the SEC basketball is different. You have shittier teams in the SEC at some point. I'll go with that, but
Well,
fuck with all that nonsense. You kidding
yeah.
me?
I mean, you don't see SEC teams. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm calling SEC out like this. You don't see SEC teams gone play the big powerhouses out of conference either.
That's not true. That's not true. South Carolina scheduled Virginia the year they won the national title. They went to their house and played them. And the year after that, they went there and beat them there. So that holds absolutely no weight.
The SEC does what? The SEC Big Ten challenge? I mean, SEC Big 12 challenge?
Right.
Right.
Okay. Sure.
Ooh. My point is, and you don't see, you see a few of them, a few of the top tier SEC teams, and they'll go play in the Maui Invitational and so on and so forth. But the rest of them don't do shit.
Oh man. Are you buying into this, David? Do you think basketball is different in the SEC than the ACC?
I think in the SEC we care about basketball less than in the ACC.
It's not the style though. I mean, there's SEC teams that can line up and go play any fucking team in the country.
It's all about what style of offense and defense you're running against another team. And that's going to vary from game to game based upon the other team's capabilities. There's only so many ways you can play basketball.
Offense and defense.
Both.
No, if you have both, then you should win the national title.
No, I'm just saying your offensive and your defensive game plans are going to vary from opponent to opponent based upon what they're good at. If you have a team that's not good at defending the pick and roll, you're going to run pick and roll. If you have a team that's not good at getting into the passing lanes and disrupting that, you might run the triangle. It just depends.
Well, I just don't. I'm not in the realm of thinking it's a different style of basketball. That makes no sense to me. I'm not feeling that at all.
I don't think. Okay, maybe I said it wrong. I don't think the SEC plays the competition game in and game out like the ACC does.
The only team from the SEC that I would say on a regular basis schedules really good out of conference games is Kentucky.
Right.
But Kentucky is usually in the conversation of being one of the better teams in the country. They're not.
But they play the one and done game. They play the one and done game ever since Calipari got there, and it's shown its true colors this year, which was the point of this conversation. And it breaks my fucking heart. It breaks my fucking heart to see that Duke finally had to settle into that one and done bullshit. Because they had so many good teams over the years that won because of their fucking upperclassmen.
People want to get out and make that money.
Someone says, Rob, the similarities are the ACC has more teams that are perennial high-ranked basketball teams, or the SEC has more football teams of that caliber normally. Stop with that nonsense. How about this? Why don't we just go into life thinking this way? Okay? In basketball, Kentucky is a very good program. Tennessee right now is a good program. They're, one of the top teams in the country. Just this mentality of, oh, well, they don't play in the ACC. You go to the ACC, it's the same shit we hear every year with the SEC in football. You have to bow down and suck that SEC dick. It's bullshit. Alabama won the national title this year. They played 2 regular season games against top 25 teams. The same thing that Clemson did. So stop with that nonsense and stop thinking, oh, we have to think that you have to give us credit because Ole Miss is very good and Mizzou is very good and Kentucky's very good. And so is South Carolina and Vanderbilt and all these other teams. You got what? Perennially, you've got what? 3 teams from the SEC that you could arguably say are competing for a national title. Don't come at me with Georgia. It's 1980. All of us were in fucking diapers or fucking 3-year-olds at that point. They're not a national championship contender, okay? The 3 teams are pretty much Alabama, Auburn when they had Scam Newton, and LSU. The rest is bullshit.
Florida.
Simple as that. Florida's what, 20 years ago? I mean,
no.
Coach now that they're
Florida won 2 with Urban Meyer.
All right, well, we can go with that. That's fine. But the reality is the rest of the conference is mediocre at best. Simple as that. And it's the same way with the ACC in basketball. You've got
Tennessee.
3 teams at the top. Don't come at me with Tennessee. Please don't.
Jim Gaffigan likes Tennessee. Here, listen to
Well,
Jim
one of those teams decided to be a bitch and let go to the Big Ten. Maryland.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just I don't buy into all of that. It's just the teams that are there. It shouldn't be about your conference. It shouldn't be. It's just stupid. And I think a lot of people that run their mouths about that, and I give LSU fans credit for this because generally you guys aren't fucking SEC nut riders. Now, Alabama fans, they have to be this way because Alabama doesn't schedule anybody out of conference because they're a bitch program. I know they win titles, but they're a bitch program.
I can't remember the last really good out-of-conference football game Alabama played.
That's because they don't play any of them. They're all at neutral sites.
I can't remember the last one.
Florida didn't schedule a regular season game against a non-conference game against an opponent outside the state of Florida for like 20 fucking years.
Rob. So you know for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're.
Hold on now. You're dictating my thoughts here. I'm not necessarily going to agree with you.
You're a Clemson fan.
Yeah.
You know the history of ACC.
and all stuff, yeah.
But before Clemson, all right, before Clemson, look.
Football?
Let's go back to the 90s and 80s.
Are we talking about football or basketball?
No, I'm talking about both. Both. Before let's go back to the 80s and 90s, right?
Okay.
All the ACC was a basketball conference. That was it. And shit, there was only Maryland and North Carolina, and there was everybody else.
In 1981, Clemson won the national championship.
Yeah, Clemson won the national title in 81. So Florida State was a shithole in the 90s. Is that what you're going with? You know,
hold on.
Got it. Okay.
Hold on. But that was it. Point is, they took those teams from the Big East, like Miami and Virginia Tech, because they knew they were such a basketball conference that they wanted to. Where's the money at? Football. That's why that shit happened. You know this. I don't know if you were writing journals back then, but that's why that happened.
Okay. What's your point?
My point is the ACC is a freaking basketball conference. They're only here in the last 20, 30 years trying to be a football conference. Basketball is different in the ACC than it is in the SEC.
But I don't buy that because you're making this thing that teams from the SEC can't compete, and that's stupid.
I didn't say they can't compete. Look, right, even Florida.
Stop talking.
Billy Donovan in Florida, what they won 2?
You can line up and play regardless of your team, as long as you're a Power 5 team, in my opinion. And there are mid-majors that get it done too, but on the basketball front. But on the football,
they have 68 teams.
I will not sit here and have this whole adage that the SEC is the absolute greatest fucking conference ever. I'm not going to do that. It's fucking stupid. That's ignorant. It means you don't watch enough football, or you just had it pounded in your head the SEC is the absolute greatest. It's bullshit. I'm not buying that. SEC teams can compete in basketball. ACC teams, Big 12 teams can compete in football. It's about the team. It's not about the fucking conference. That's the way that it is. It's fucking silly, man.
Yeah, that's worked out great for the Big 10 and Big 12 lately. Football.
Okay. I mean, I can't get you into thinking the way that I think. Okay.
Are you telling me the Big 10 and Big 12 have had much success in football? Shit, the Pac-12. Let's not even talk about them in football here. I don't know.
Well, there's
The
only
last
one.
10 years.
Let's make sure we understand that there's only one national champion. Okay. So you have that, but
And only 4 teams
okay.
that make it.
Yeah, there's only 4 teams that make it, but still, it's you can line up and you can compete, and it just the adage of this team can't play because they're an SEC school and they're playing ACC talent. That's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It's fucking stupid.
Look, we're not even going to talk about the ACC bowl record for the last 2 years.
But once again, then the thing that comes with that, when you look at a bowl record, what was it, 3 seasons ago, the ACC was like fucking 9-1 in the bowl games, and the SEC was 2-8, and you SEC dick suckers were saying, bowl games don't matter. These players opted out. It makes your life, it makes you a better fan. If you just say, you know what, I have a team and I support my team, and I don't give a fuck what conference we're in, we're going to fucking compete. That just makes you a better fan. Saying, I'm in the SEC, fuck all that. It's like a convention of pussies.
Well, I can't
I
can't change my school's conference affiliation. I mean,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying go into it with the mentality of I'm going to support my team regardless of what conference they play in. And by the way, I'm not going to sit here and then run my mouth and say, we have to play such a tougher schedule when in reality you don't. Once again, Alabama won the national title in the regular season. They played 2 teams in the top 25.
You know what, Rob? I'll tell you this, and you want to call me? I got 17 fans. You can call me Sherry Emerson, whatever.
No,
I don't really give a fuck about what the SEC does in football anymore. As long as LSU wins, I don't give a fuck.
That's the way it should be, but it should come out.
It might be a while.
But on that same note, I am happy to see what the Sun Belt is building right now, because the Sun Belt needs that help. So I'm one way on one side and one way or the other. I want to see the Sun Belt start to compete because they need it.
I personally don't give a shit. I don't, and it would be easy for me to be a dumb fan and say, you know what? Clemson basketball plays in the ACC and they have to play all of these tough teams. But that's ignorant. It's absolutely ignorant, because every year they play Georgia Tech twice. Georgia Tech is, in the past 20 years, has been basically a shithole. They play Virginia Tech, which has been a shithole. They have 2 games every year with them. They have 2 games with Wake Forest, which is an absolute joke. They have 2 games with Miami, who generally is not very good. Now, I've given you 8 of their 20 conference games, 18 conference games, whatever the hell it is, where they're playing perennially shithole teams. But I can just say, because they play in the ACC and they have to play maybe North Carolina once and maybe Duke once every year.
The thing about
that is a badge of honor that they play in a tough conference. It's fucking stupid.
The thing about a lot of those teams, I say Virginia Tech and Miami for sure.
Yeah.
Those are the type of teams that actually carry over and they build up and have those juniors and seniors. And so every 3 or 4 years, Miami, Virginia Tech actually put out some damn good teams, some Sweet 16 teams. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest have not done that lately, but there are some big schools in the ACC that do that a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't. You shouldn't have to use that as a crutch. I mean,
it's not a crutch because the last probably 10 years, I'm just off the top of my head, probably the last 10 years, it flipped because the Big Ten is the one that's getting 7 and 8 schools into the dance every year. And then ACC is number 2 or 3.
It doesn't matter. The SEC's had years when they've gotten 7 teams in. What's your point? Doesn't matter. It's what you got is you don't get a fucking big dick award for being from a conference. That's stupid. That is the most. It's just fuck off with all that, man. I've got a team. They can square up. And they can play with every fucking body. That's the way it should be. Sorry.
It doesn't change that the ACC is not a basketball conference.
So you're saying the ACC is not a basketball conference? Is that what you're saying? What
No, I'm saying it doesn't change the fact that the ACC is a basketball conference.
Okay, well, you can have that opinion, but the reality is that there are teams from all conferences that can do things. So, and they can make damage in the NCAA tournaments. So there's that.
You know, UL Lafayette has 4 water skiing titles, national championships.
All right, it's getting fucking late. It's time to turn fucking water skiing. Hey, do you have anything you want to add? Anything else you want to talk about there, David, before we get out of here?
Oh, so I don't know if y'all know who Jim Gaffigan is. He's a comedian.
The comedian.
He's really funny. He's got this whole routine on McDonald's, which is just fucking appropriate.
On what?
On McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if y'all can hear it. I've got it turned up as high as I should.
I can hold on. I can play it. Is it on YouTube?
Yes. If you look up Jim Gaffigan McDonald's and fast forward to the 6 minute and 53 second mark,
sure.
It is going to be the new motto for Tennessee for the foreseeable future.
Hold on. Jim Gaffigan, that's McDonald's. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep, Jim Gaffigan McDonald's, 6 minutes and 53 seconds in. And that is the Tennessee Vols motto.
All right, hold on. YouTube. Yeah, right. Play your ad, stupid. All right.
That's fucking weird.
Is it 10 minutes long? Is that the clip? Is it 10 minutes long there, David?
Yes.
All right, hold on. We'll share it here and we'll let everybody see.
You gotta go 6 minutes and
6 minutes and
20
seconds. 53. 6:53.
Ah.
All right, hold on. Hold, please. As we produce on the fly here. Hold on just a second here. Let me share this. Everybody can see it.
What are these people fighting about?
Who cares? Call for what?
Hey, are we gonna have a NASCAR show one day, or
the day we have a NASCAR show is the day that I quit doing this fucking show. So I'll watch it down fucking yesterday. NASCAR is not a sport. It's a fucking drunk redneck bullshit, and I'm not watching it. Unless
they pay you to go host.
Yeah, well, I'm getting paid to go and cover the race up at Darlington, but
yeah,
I will not do a show here and talk about NASCAR. If you guys think I'm going to do that, I'd rather get the clap. All right, here we go with Jim Gaffigan here. Let's see.
Quarter pounder with cheese, but that tramp stamp is forever. do, 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 do. Mistake. Really, it's all McDonald's out there, right?
We
all named people who dated Jennifer Aniston.
Mistake.
That's kind of funny. All right, final call for calls tonight. If you'd like to call in on the show, you can do it now. 803-470-2905. If you are upset with something that I said earlier, go fuck yourself and call. 803-470.
If you want to hear Jim Gaffigan talk about NASCAR, look up Jim Gaffigan Hot Pockets.
Yeah. Well, there was something that, speaking of Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
No, there. Hold on.
Man, I heard something funny this morning about Hot Pockets too, but I don't think you guys listened to it.
Oh, do you know? You guys know what an Alabama Hot Pocket is?
Oh, do I want to?
I do. Michi Cleo.
Oh no.
No.
Google Alabama Hot Pocket. That's your homework for next
I don't
show.
know if I want to.
Oh, Alabama Hot Pocket.
Alabama Hot Pocket. Go ahead and Google that. David's disgusted.
I don't know if I want to.
Oh, I'm on Urban Dictionary.
That's where it's from. I just think when I think Hot Pockets, it's all.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck. Is that not the most Alabama thing ever, though? Think about it. People would do that. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905.
I think they're all looking it up now.
Yeah.
Y'all don't look it up. Don't do it.
That look it up, kids.
It's not. I'm fucking picturing Fuckstick doing that shit to his cousin.
Yeah, isn't that
the whole thing as I thought it was?
That's the most Alabama thing ever. Would you agree? Would you think about that? And that's what Alabama fans are. That's what they would do. You hear that happening? That's why Alabama Hot Pocket, because that shit came from Alabama. Brothers and sisters doing that shit to each other. You know that.
Disgusting.
All right, 803-470-2905 is the number to call if you'd like to join the program. So call away. We'll take your call. We're going to do about 5 more minutes for phone calls if you want to join the show. So there's that.
Oh, 5 more minutes? I'm going to go pee.
Yeah,
803. Y'all think, do y'all want to compete with me in the bathroom like other guest hosts we've had?
No.
No. All right.
Not even a little bit.
Whoever called from the 205 area code, call back. Sorry about that. I'll just call you. Fuck off. I'll just call you. That's what it is. Who's the 205 area code? Let's just call them back as we roll along here. There we go. Let's see how this works. Just call them back. There we go.
Roll Tide, buddies.
Who's this?
Oh boy.
Fuckstick. This is
it's the
king,
king,
Mr. Fuckstick.
It's the king of the Alabama Hot Pockets. What's up there, Alabama Hot Pocket?
Caliente.
I'm not calling to say much. I just wanted to say roll tide to y'all. I was going to say congratulations to Jonathan, but that didn't work out too well for him.
I don't know shit about fuck.
I was going to say congratulations to Edwin, but that didn't work out too well for him. So I just want to say how y'all doing tonight and hope everything's going well. Hope y'all had a happy New Year and a Merry Christmas and all that other bullshit.
How many
but
times?
I didn't have to say much. I just wanted to say hello. How are y'all doing? I hope everybody's
how
having
many
a great
times have
night.
you been the victim
Just
of an Alabama
roll
Hot
tide,
Pocket?
y'all.
How many times have you been the victim of an Alabama Hot Pocket? And have you done that with your cousin?
I don't know shit about fuck.
What?
I have never been a victim of an Alabama Hot Pocket.
I bet you fucking
say
have.
that.
You hear this here at your house. You go to the family reunion. You hear this, and that means change stations, motherfucker. Everybody gets an Alabama Hot Pocket at a fucking Chucky stick. Fucking
hey, Fuckstick. I don't think you can.
That is popular sound in Alabama.
Of course it is.
You hear that at any Talladega race.
I wouldn't go.
Them three-teeth bastards down there, and I live in Alabama. So, at any rate, I just wanted to tell y'all to have a good night, and I enjoy the show,
Well,
Rob, and I appreciate everything you do.
Fucking goddamn over and over again. You want to call and tell us fucking this isn't your family. You don't have to call them below us. We don't need that. Just fucking come with something that's relevant.
What the fuck do you want me to say? We're ranked above Clemson, which is a fact.
How about this? My cousin is also my uncle, and then get off the fucking phone. How about that?
All right. Well, y'all have a good one.
Goodbye.
See you, Chucky.
So I can't know who the Facebook user is. I hate you, Rob. Never will I Google anything that comes out of your pie hole again.
Got him.
Who's that? Who's that, by the way?
That's both
Who's
right.
that? Oh, okay. Well, Yeah, don't Google anything that I say because that's not going to help you. I mean, I could say far worse, like an ape face. Jonathan knows what an ape face is, don't
Rob,
you? What?
Rob, I believe you challenged Fuckstick earlier.
Donkey punch. You guys know what that is? Since it's late, we can talk about that too.
Oh,
yeah, David knows about the donkey punch.
I do. You spend
Rob,
enough time in the military, you learn all these nasty things.
Yeah,
Rob, you challenged Fuckstick earlier in a conversation about because he wanted to come on the show and co-host, and you said all he does is say stupid shit.
Yeah,
so I think he set out tonight to show you that he has a softer side. Don't fall for it.
I mean, what the fuck? I don't know. I can't tell who it is who's commenting. I don't know. It just says Facebook user on my end. I don't know what that means. So
Jonathan Boatwright is your Facebook user.
Yeah, it just says Facebook user. I don't know. Maybe they're watching a different feed than I am. I don't know. I got nothing on that. Fuckstick wants to come on and co-host, but you know, that's a disaster. What the fuck is he gonna say? Nick Saban. Fuck Nick Saban and Nick Saban.
Yeah, he would love to tell you that after this year, Alabama will have won its 37th national championship in basketball.
Hey, we forgot the final topic, guy, and I know it's getting late over there for you guys too, but I posted this story in the group earlier where Nick Saban, when he was at Miami, we were going to talk about this, and I completely forgot about it. When he was in Miami, two guys wanted to fight him in the bathroom when he was there. Dante Culpepper and Zach Thomas, the linebacker there for the Miami Dolphins. I personally know that from an interview I did with Corey Jenkins, who was a quarterback for South Carolina, ended up playing linebacker for the Miami Dolphins and was down there for one of the years that Saban was there. Junior Seau didn't like fucking Nick Saban either. And they would have some conversations, and they would end up basically with Seau saying, I've been in the fucking league for over a decade and fucking making $9 million this year. So fuck off is the conversation he would have with Saban. But and like these things happen, but wow. Those NFL locker rooms, man, where the coach has gotten them to a point where we're going to whip your ass in the bathroom. That's not something you really think of with Nick Saban, right?
No, actually, that's something I
do.
I completely 100% believe that would take place. And that's why he lasted two fucking years.
Well, I think they finished 6-10 his second year, and he was thinking, man, I got to get the fuck out of here. They may kill my ass in my sleep. I mean, that shit was real as fuck. I read that story today, and I found the clip and then wrote the story about it. But it's like, damn, Nick Saban, that's some crazy shit, right?
The reason why Nick Saban gets all these great recruits is because he's like, if you come and play for me at Alabama, you can give me an Alabama hot pocket, and you'll start. It's the only way I can explain it.
But NFL players don't care about that because they can give strippers Alabama hot pockets, and they don't have to worry about fucking Nick Saban.
Less meaningful when it's your head coach.
Yeah.
That story though was amazing to me, putting it together, and then I know what Corey told me, who actually he played on the team, and he said, pointing out, Corey's a guy that he's trying to get into coaching, so he's not going to say anything that's too outlandish. But he said live on the air with me, Nick Saban is quite possibly the best coach in the history of college football. But in the pros, he wasn't a good coach. He just didn't have the respect of his players. That's pretty.
So the thing about going to the pros is, you've done it in college and great, but it's a different ball game in the pros. At Alabama, you might have 6, 7, 8 guys that are going to make a pro roster in any given year, but
right
in the pros, everybody's a fucking pro. And
Yeah.
you went to the Dolphins, who are not a good team.
Yeah.
One guy I find to be amazing.
So that tough talking BS is only going to get you so far before people just start to say, "Look, dude, what you're selling, we ain't buying because it's not working. So just shut your fucking pie hole. We're going to go out and play football and fuck off."
Yeah. You know, Jim Harbaugh was the same way. San Francisco was about to whoop his fucking ass.
Yeah, they were.
But on the opposite, as much as I don't like him, I think Pete Carroll, he was in the pros and he went back to college and he came back to the pros. His players actually have so much fucking respect for him. He's a player.
Carroll, he seems like a great dude.
Yeah, he's because Seattle beat us a couple times in the playoffs, I guess. But other than that, I guess not. And he was the coach for USC. But other than that, yeah, I mean, he's such a fucking player's coach.
He is a player's
people
coach.
go to fucking battle for his ass.
All right.
When Ed Orgeron was offered the job at LSU, Pete Carroll called him to congratulate him and told Ed Orgeron, "Congrats, LSU is a place that I always wanted to coach." So, I mean, I thought pretty high praise from Pete Carroll.
He's a smart guy.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I think I've had enough for the evening. So it's been a good show, and we'll be back at it. Next Wednesday? We'll have a Super Bowl. Super Bowl will be set by then.
Well, we got 2 weeks from there.
Yeah.
Yes, but the matchup will be set. We could talk about how bad we think Kansas City will destroy the Green Bay Packers.
I'm not going to handle all that. Packers are going to win, so I'm just going to let you. I'm going to be unbiased and we'll just play the Green Bay Packers song when they win. That's how that'll work.
You're going to be unbiased.
I'm trying to be unbiased on the show.
Okay.
That'd be nice. I can be unbiased.
All right.
That. I can be. I'm being as honest as I can be. All right. Well, gentlemen, you guys have a great night. Someone says I'm never eating soft baked dough with meat and cheese. Thanks, Rob. You're welcome. Glad you guys learned something. That's what we learned tonight, what an Alabama Hot Pocket is.
Yes, that's what we all learned tonight.
I will say this. If you ever get the opportunity to go to Lambeau Field, get the cheese curds. Amazing.
I am all about the cheese curds. All right, guys. Thanks so much, man. We'll see you guys next week.
See y'all next week.